a trader would have, but they're doing it in the microphone. More on that. But I wanted to jump on here too to do like Q&As. I wanted to answer any questions you guys had. We sent an email out yesterday, and it's pretty much to put the 1% on notice.
Yo, let's talk about it.
What's that? You guys already did?
Let's talk about it. No, let's talk about it. From you.
Talk about it. Yeah. And Coach Jay and Drum jump in anytime too. To put the 1% on lock, on notice. We have technology now that is finding however you want to exploit. Well, it raises red flags. And then those red flags turn into either warnings or nudges towards you to say, hey, we've noticed this, just to remind you it doesn't, shouldn't do that. For example, account stacking. That's one thing we call it, account stacking. People that have one account, they get long 15 lots blowout, get another account right behind it, 15 lots blowout, 15 lots blowout, 15 lots blowout, until one hits. Those things we're watching. Another one is somebody gets an account and their buddy gets an account. Then I get long and they get short. We know, we can see everything. We're evaluating it. The whole goal of this is to evaluate you, not to create a game that you guys can't pass. We put a simple process. Make X without losing Y. That's a one step, one rule. Make X without losing Y and you'll advance in a real-time trading environment. Therefore, that real-time trading environment needs to be as indicative of a live market experience as possible. And if it's not, then we're doing you and ourselves a disservice for bringing you up and having you trade capital, whether it's XFA or live capital. If you cannot trade, it is not beneficial to move you up. So that being said, those that are trying to exploit over actually trying to trade, or actually that are serious about trading, or that are more serious about exploiting, we're finding the ones that are exploiting, and we're giving you that heads up that it is 1%. And 1% comes out to be hundreds and hundreds of people. So that being said, we're like, okay, we're going to start, pushing on this more than we ever have, because now we can see without just the naked eye. But we've always done it from the naked eye, guys. I mean, for the most part, not really, but like the most part, it has been so-and-so, check them out, dive in. Now we have technology, the whole team. We got very smart people, know a lot about numbers, all that kind of great stuff, and can find these things. Call it your eye in the sky. That's what's going to be here at Top Step, is an eye in the sky. And we're going to be working with other prop firms so you're not hedging Top Step to another prop firm. How does that help you? That's you gaming the system. And I don't like the word gaming. I'm going to call it exploiting, because, again, funding industry was based upon, and we created it, Top Step did, the very first person, 2010, to do this. Now, it had already been happening in the prop firm world in Chicago, where you'd have to go into a prop firm, they sit down, trade on a simulator, and you get funded. Now, if I was sitting there at Cocky Clearing in 2002, when I was trading on sim, and I was trying to just get around their way in which they evaluated me to trade their capital, I would have been gone in a heartbeat. So we're giving these people a chance to get back on the straight and narrow, but then there's some blatant folks, and we're going to get those folks out. And they can go somewhere else. It's just not, Top Step's not the place for you. It's not what we want here. We want the 99%, which is the 99% is the other ones that are working hard, trading. Imagine, Coach Jay, I'll do this, Jerome. Imagine you guys are working your ass off, which you guys do, and you're trading to your plan and to your strategy. And then somebody else doesn't do that, but they're able to find holes or whatever to exploit something. How's that fair to you, who are spending your time and hard work? Top Step has that accountability, that responsibility to ensure that our playing field of evaluating and funding is a win-win for everybody here. It's pushing everybody, the industry, because we're taking you live eventually, is going to get those live trades. Liquidity is going to show up. And then you're going to have traders that actually understand how to trade, respect risk, and get themselves in that position because they've been focusing on getting better as a trader, not as an exploiter. And then, Top Step, we're a prop firm. We're for profit. So that's all just what we're trying to do. And we've already had other prop firm guys reach out. They appreciate the fact that we're doing this, so I'm going to have conversations with those. I do encourage anybody who's a prop owner If you want to start talking about how we can work together to ensure hedging isn't happening prop to prop, and then everybody can be on a level playing field. Why does everybody need to be on a level playing field? Here's my last and final point, is because eventually we're going to start this Top Step Trading League. Now, hear me out. We want everybody to be on a level playing field. This means these are the true talent that can play in this real current state, real-time markets. And when you get that, and you keep that integrity of the program there, then you get that cream that rises to the top, and you get these live traders that are ready for the big leagues. We call it the big league. So it's really important to us to make sure that those that are working their ass off get the help and support that they need to keep going along the way, and those that are exploiting get eradicated and out of our whole system. It's not a somebody coming to Michael Jordan's camp and they're effing around. I don't want you here. Get out of here. No, it's not helpful to anybody. This is in daycare. So, that's kind of what it is. It's pretty much put the 1% on notice that we see you, and we're gonna start removing you. So please, guys, don't work with a buddy. I got long, he got short. We're gonna see that. We have a system of how we do things, and we're scouring social, and then we're processing millions of trades a day. I run through our now, without going into detail, because they don't want me to go into detail on how we're able to find everything now, because it's our competitive advantage at Top Step that we're able to find this type of stuff, and just find out if people are violating our prohibited conduct, and that's found in our terms of use. There's a pledge that everybody signs when they start that says, I understand I need to trade responsibly here at Top Step. I understand this is helping me develop and grow. I understand it's a funding opportunity. I understand I can't trade according to these prohibited. So understand that. You agreed to it when you first start. So do understand it. We just want everybody to understand that as they go. That's really it. So if there's any questions, I can open the floor.
Got a few here, MP. Seen this come up a few times. Why not just email the 1% as opposed to making the 99% of traders nervous and worried? Only 1%.
Because the 1% is hundreds and hundreds of people. Top Step's pretty large by now. It's hundreds and hundreds of people. So 500 people. They're going to go to social. So we're going to let them say, fine, if that's what's going to, we want to get in front of it. So then people don't go, what's going on, Top Step? Well, basically, I'm like, we were talking about somebody proposing in a meeting, like we want to get in front of this. We want to tell people, we want to keep the integrity of the program. We want to say that we're here for the serious traders because we have this platform that is evaluating you, and we had to ensure that platform is indicative of the live market and putting you on the path to become a better trader. If that's not all the case, then we got to let people know. So thank you to Kevin, thank you to Mac, thank you to some of the folks that threw that out there and said, let's do that, get in front of it. That's all it is. It's just a transparency. We could have added on that and just said, all right, we hit them one by one, which we're doing anyway. But we just wanted to get in front of it. So that's us getting in front of it, saying, hey, by the way, you may be hearing stuff because we're going to be removing people from the program, and people might be upset, which is, I understandable, but it's a part ways type of we just don't want that behavior here. Now, if you want to change the behavior to go back to being a serious trader and focusing on your own trading rather than finding holes or working around the system or whatever, then yeah, that's definitely what we want. So we're open to that.
Another question here, MP. What is it? Explain more information. We need more information about the exploitation. What is the excessive buying? What is the excessive risk taking? We want to give specifics there.
We don't get the exact, and here's what it is. You're gonna get flagged if you probably have more than 10 XFAs in a month. You're gonna get flagged if you have more than, we've been doing this for years. If you have more than 3 resets in a day, well, some of you guys have those emails sitting in your account, and they'll just trigger an email. It's our way of saying slow down. Well, now our way of saying slow down is going to be, we're going to reach out to you and say, by the way, you can only purchase one combine open at one time. Period. And that shouldn't upset anybody. And I say that because one account's just fine, and slowing people down is what we're doing here. But then the ones that don't want to listen, the ones that don't want to keep doing what they want to do, those are the ones that will say, see you, goodbye. We're not working with. It's not coachable. It's not worth anybody's everybody's time. So that the knowing exactly, you're going to get notified, and you're going to get warnings or a nudge or anything like that. It's the blatant ones right now that are outright that they're going to just, they don't have any, they're going to get banned because you can see them in cahoots with 6 other people. We got everything. I'm not listing all the things that we track, but we can do exactly what probably a lot of folks that can do to understand how you're doing and how you're working within the system that we have. So exploiting and manipulation are words that if you're serious about trading, you're not concerned. It doesn't apply to you. It's 99% of you. It's 99% of you. It's the hundreds. We have a lot of people here, like it's the hundreds of people that then are doing this, that we're just trying to say, hey, we're going to, so they're exploiting in that way. And they could be account stacking, they could be hedging, they could be doing other things, all found in prohibited conduct. And we do give you a nudge, we give you a warning. And then if you're just not listening to any of that, or if you're outright in cahoots with a lot of other folks, we can see that, then that whole group's.
So, follow-up question there. Have the 1% been notified, MP?
They're being notified. They've been being notified, yeah. Every day.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's not just like one flood, like so real quick, Jay. It's not just like one flood of like send an email. It's like, hey, we're gonna start doing this. Like I have like 15 people now in the fraud and the risk team. Fraud and risk. Stole my sister's credit card. Blah blah blah. Or I'm trying to game the system with 4 other guys out of China. I don't, stuff like that. There's that stuff like that happen. We can see you and how you guys work together, all plotted out on all this crazy charts that don't look like trading charts, but are mathematicians and stat charts, so they can see. I mean, your fills, your activity, your everything, and that's just something that we just want to keep the integrity of keeping you moving forward, and that's that 1%.
I see something in the. Jake, hold on. Yeah, a little concerned. Voice a little concern in the chat. Some other firms perhaps did something similar to this before denying payouts. I just want to clarify. Please clarify on that, MP.
There's not. You're denied a payout if you're doing prohibited conduct that we list. We don't have a backlog of doing this. We don't have subjectivity on the when you get a payout, when you earn it. As long as you're following the prohibited conduct thing, but there's not. Like a prohibited conduct, again, 1%, like 500, 800 people, something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's more. That are going to like doing things that are prohibited here because it's not indicative of a live market experience, not indicative of live market trading. Because that's what we need to evaluate you on and see you trade on to then be able to pull you up to trade at real prop firm capital. So keep firing away.
Jay, what'd you have?
Yeah, so I see some people in the chat saying, how do you differentiate between someone who might be gaming the system and someone who's just bad at trading and buys a bunch of accounts? Right? With the excessive resets and things like that. And
we'll know, and we'll just go ahead, Jay.
No, I was gonna say, I don't know. I've been working with TopStep on some of those people who may be struggling with trading. Shout out to you, MP, for that. But we're working with those people, right? With some of those people who have been around for a little while, struggling with accounts. You might get an invite for something like that, right? I'll say that much. But with these changes, if you will, and I don't see it much as a change. How do you differentiate between the two?
We differentiate between. It's pretty straightforward. You can see the ones that are blatantly doing things. It's very, very cut and dry. It's the ones now that we can go down a microscope and see if you're trying to like side skirt it, and you're using this or different IPs or different devices and you're working with a buddy, but blah 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 blah. But we can still see, and then that will then raise certain warning flags, and it will either trigger just an automatic email. Hey, we noticed right here, just to let you know that this may look like account stack or hedging or something like that. Here's a warning. I should tell you right there, hey Jason, we're going to stop doing our hedging. Let's just start focusing on each going forward as our own traders. So working together in that way is just not going to be something we want. So you get warnings, you get nudge, and the ones that are really the ones that get banned are the ones that have had conversations, have been told, or have gone about this in a malicious way for quite a while that we're just now seeing.
Right.
So, again, as the transparency is us, we didn't have to send an email. We could just done case by case. We're still doing case by case. Reach out, talk to you. That's the 15 different people in fraud and compliance, or fraud and risk, that are working, and they'll reach out to the ones that our computer folks spit out and say, these are the people that really we need you to dive into. The other ones we'll get an automatic email about, here's what we saw. It'll be in detail a bit, so then you understand. So all that's starting to come. It's just an eye in the sky that's being built here in the prop world that all props probably really need to invest in.
Agree with that, Michael. A couple of seen this again. I know you explained on it earlier, but we are seeing some new viewers tuning in here right now. So awesome. Thanks, everyone. Also, thank you, MP. Seeing this a lot. Explain changing your trading style to become payout eligible. Explain, changing your strategy. We're seeing that coming up a lot of times here in the chat. Some of the questions here coming your way, MP.
Yeah, this is a big change in your strategy. Pretty noticeable again. You're trading 15 lots, or something like that. You have 5,000, and then you just go $200. And you can see that pattern of behavior. Again, we're going to nudge you and say, trade your strategy and keep going. That's really basically it, is to get in front of that, so that just washing trades or whatever it's called, just scratching trades. We used to have people scratch trades to get to certain things. It's not the spirit. It's not in the spirit of why you did this. So if you're doing it, we'll create a rule around it. Well, that is it. Now we're going to enforce it this way, and we'll reach out to you and let you know, and we're going to let you know, and then you need to change, so then you're not doing that. And don't get me wrong, there are days where you have $2,000 day and then you have $200. It's blatantly noticeable. Patterns of
$100,000 day to $200 days. Right.
It's right. There's a lot of. It's just blatant.
Go. Okay. A quick recap on the markets here. House account still is short this one lot in the crude, $72.08 last trade there. All right, MP. Anytime Top Step does something like this, first of all, this affects very, very small proportion of our trading community. Can't emphasize that enough. Like I said, 99.9% of these people, this will not affect you. In the spirit of trading, got the drones, got the Jays. Like, everyone's just trying to make an honest dollar in this game. And yes, there's people that are going to try to exploit some of the fill features and such like that. MP, here we go. So another question, if you're still down. You good?
Yeah, fire.
If I could say something.
Yes, Hope. I was just going to say.
The people that are exploiting the system or giving themselves an unfair advantage are well aware that they are doing it. If you're not doing that, you don't have anything to worry about.
Nothing to worry about.
Michael,
99%.
Remember on the floor, if somebody came on the trading floor and they started working their way into an unfair advantage above other traders, maybe they started DKing trades. They didn't know this trade. They didn't know that trade. It became very apparent. And what happened to those people? They weren't traded with. They were pretty much ousted right away. And for all of those traders that are here doing the right thing, working on getting a good strategy, becoming good traders, you should want these people not to be part of the community and part of the opportunity.
Keep going.
I want to be standing next to Jerome, number 26, Coach Jay, who's coach of that have pure talent, real talent. And I say real talent, it's authentic, and it's their trading. I don't want to stand next to somebody at a trader meetup thing that is gaming the system, and it has I made $500,000. That's not because those days are over. I think another prop firm, some tweeted, is a prop firm where it's just like Wild West. That is over, and that's our way of getting better to where you're managing your program. It's a prop firm. You need to manage your program so the integrity of the program is high, and the experience is indicative of live market experience. So it's a win again, like John said, for everybody. So you're doing this, and you're actually moving yourself forward. We would not be doing our mission statement to turn people who trade into better traders with healthier habits if we just let you, like, game or exploit or whatever you want to call the word, and we did nothing about it. So I'm sure there'll be more prop firms that will do this. I hope they're all investing, and I'm also open to other prop firm owners talking about how you can do the ability for us to understand if people are hedging our firm versus another.
Keep going, Hogan. Here.
So then in the end, just stick with one firm, work your ass off, be a great trader, go to these events, we'll high-five each other, we'll have a beer, we'll talk to Jerome, you talk to Coach Jay, we talk to other traders that are in it for the right reason. And how great a community is that if majority of people, if not all, are in it for the right reason, and then you're going to these meetups, and you're going to this Top Step Trading League that we want to create, where we're actually like seeing each other in person and things like that. Or you're just communicating here on Top Step TV or in Discord, and you're like, damn, these are all solid traders. I think that's a better world than a melting pot of exploiters.